Hey guys, Darren Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting winning podcast tonight. Tonight, we're going to go to the state of Florida, where I live currently, where Revital Outdoors is based out of. We're going to talk to Mr. Devin Van Dalen and Joey Bloom this evening. The reason we're doing 2-for-1 is both these guys tied this past weekend at the Harris Chain of Lakes for the BFL Gator Division tournament. So, not very often the anglers tie, but why not get them both on the podcast tonight, talk about their winning ways and how they put everything together. So we're going to bring them in just a minute. Before we get started, as always, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get notified when all of our content is dropping. Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we actually have Joey Bloom on tonight. He's a part of Team Revital. We're a premium CBD company. So we make premium CBD products. They're THC-free, made right here in America for all the different outdoor enthusiasts. Really, really great product. You can purchase them on our website. And then also, while you're on the website, if you're interested in a pro staff opportunity, you can check out the pro staff tab. The form is right there. Fill it out. We'll be happy to review it for us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring these knuckleheads in. Mr. Joey Bloom and Devin Van Dalen. How you doing this evening, guys?
Doing good.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, let's get right into it. So you guys tied this past weekend. Not the most optimal conditions, but hey, a win is a win. You both get a trophy. Both walk away with a good check. So I'm going to start just by saying, what happened during the tournament? What was it that you guys were able to find that was a little bit magical? Devin, we'll start with you.
All right. Well, I don't know about magical, but Friday was the only day I got to practice, and for about a month, I haven't been out on the chain, and it's postponed. I had a couple guys tell me there was bedding fish, and I went and looked for like 2 hours, and I just was like, this isn't going to fly with 225 boats. I wasn't feeling it. So I went and I just found a couple, started going down the bank, looking for stuff kind of off the bank a little bit, but not too far from the bank. And I got some bites Friday, and I didn't really realize how good it was until, I went back on Saturday. And I had some missed opportunities on Saturday. I probably should have 20, 22 pounds again. But Sunday, it went a little better, sort of, kind of. I flew my lower unit at 9:30, and I actually had a buddy bring me a boat, and I parked my boat in the reeds in Lake Dora and hopped in his boat. And like I said, it was slow, but we caught a lot of fish, and every 6-7 fish I caught one was 4.5 pounds, and by the end of the day, I just made my way up there. Like I said, I thought I needed 23, 24 to maybe I figured I'd be in the top 5, but I'm stoked. Like I said, tie sucks, but it's part of it, I guess.
It does happen. How many bites did you get throughout the day? How many keeper bites did you get?
Oh, I probably called like 5 times. Probably caught a couple short. Well, I wouldn't call them short fish, but a couple 12, 13 inches. I just threw back. I was just throwing a jackhammer all day. I ain't trying to. It's not a secret. I was just throwing a white jackhammer all day.
Yeah,
long.
I think the jackhammer's caught a few fish in Florida. I'm not quite sure about it, but and I think the fish have seen a few variations of chatterbaits down here in Florida. So
definitely.
Pretty crazy stuff. So Joey, okay, man, tell me about it. Got to know the juice.
Well, same thing here. I fished one day on Friday. I pre-fished. I haven't fished on Harris in months, but I do know the lake, the whole chain pretty well. I did do fish out there quite a bit, and Friday sucked. I caught hardly no fish at all, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. Saturday was like the biggest wake-up call on the planet, considering I went out there and caught 3 fish for 7 pounds. And I just sort of went out Sunday on just winged it. And I had some areas that I knew were holding fish. I didn't know how good they were holding them. I didn't really practice on it. But we pulled up, and I turned on my Lowrance Active Target, and next thing you know, it was like I just sort of stood there and was like, they're here. And I probably caught 60 fish on Sunday and cold by ounces. And I caught one really big one. It weighed 8.7. And I caught them all in a worm, dragging a Carolina rig and a Texas rig. So
okay, both of y'all fishing like not very big secrets. I do have to ask, were both of y'all making a pretty big run? I mean, were you able to find something off the beaten path, or it really just didn't matter?
Okay, so one of the coolest things about it is, like I said, I cast checks both days. I never seen another competitor. I mean, I wasn't running crazy far, but I was stoked. I didn't see another boat fish in the tournament. And I mean, for 200 boat tournaments both days. I was completely content with the fact that I didn't have anybody bothering me whatsoever.
Okay.
But no, it wasn't
I
nothing
was
crazy.
complete opposite. I had about 15 boats around me the second day, 0 the first day, which makes sense,
Okay. Did you
but-
just like go jump in the community, or did you know
No,
about?
so it was funny. I pulled up to my spot Sunday, and I was all alone where I was, and everybody was sort of way off in the distance.
Oh,
As the
okay.
day started to go on and people started seeing some fish catching over where I was, it started to get crowded. And then people would come in and out, but I was really like the only one in that area that was catching fish. Every boat that came in just sort of just kept leaving and coming in and leaving, coming in and leaving. So, but I had some traffic all day.
I got you. Yeah. Joey, you and I go way back. That kind of happens to you a lot. It is what it is. There's a select few hammers in Florida. It's easy to catch fish. Don't get me wrong there, but sometimes, you just can't avoid people, especially on Harris Chain of Lakes. I think we'll all agree. You just can't avoid people.
You definitely can't avoid people on the Harris Chain. There's
Yeah.
so much traffic out there, and especially with all these bigger tournaments coming to the Harris Chain and all these Florida lakes now, man, it gets tough. But it's really good because you get to learn a lot and learn that everybody knows what they're doing too. So
Absolutely. I think that's why it's so important to relate to the baits that you have confidence in. I mean, Devin, you just mentioned chatterbait. You locked it in your hand. Is that like all you threw all day long?
So I say I caught them all on chatterbait. So those fish that, like I said, I found them on Friday. And when they ate, we caught 2 4-pounders on Friday and had chatterbait down their throat. When I put up Saturday, like my first 9 casts, I got bites and they would not eat it. I'm talking like about like jar your elbow on the chatterbait and they just wouldn't be there. And I hate dragging. I hate moving slow. I threw a rattle trap and they would do the same thing. They would just smack it. I threw a DT10. They'd do the same thing. They'd smack it. And I finally picked up a Carolina rig and like my first cast was like, clunk, and it just got heavy. And I was like, I do not want to do this the rest of the day. But I slowed down. I caught a couple of fish on that. But like I said, it was actually a really unique spot. Like there was some grass shallow and there's shell out deep. And if I drag on the shell, I'd get bites. But if I'd see them, they'd come up chasing bait in the grass. And if I could get actually my 2 biggest fish on Sunday, I watched them blow up bait. And as soon as I threw chatterbait up there, it's like they were in the mode and they were trying to find something to eat. And as soon as I threw up there, like they were on it.
Was there
Both
a shad spawn going on?
Oh no, it wasn't shad spawn. It was brim. It was bluegills up there. It's just post spawn fish up there eating bluegill.
Okay. I got
you had the fun tournament where you got to catch them on moving baits.
Dude, like I said, the first big one I caught on Sunday, I seen her come straight out of the water and she knocked like 3 bluegill out of the water. I told my co, I'm like, did you see that? He's like, see what? And I was like, watch this. I threw it there like my second crank. She smoked it and I was like, I got her. And the same thing at like 2:15, I caught my biggest fish. And I actually pulled up to another spot that I'd given a couple hour break. And as we pulled up, I put trolling motor down. I watched one blow up and I was like, there's another one up there. And sure enough, first cast, I got about 3 cranks in and she smoked it. And I was like, it's another big one. And it was probably my biggest fish.
Yeah.
Like I said, if they were up there eating, like I said, if you got it, I don't know. They probably would eat anything you throw up there, but I was throwing a chatterbait.
Okay. I assume both of you, the way you're talking, you both were offshore.
Yeah. I mean, relatively.
Yeah. I was fishing more of a shad deal. They were eating about 8 to 10 inch shad where I was, and on the second day, we were actually sitting on the shell bar, and I guess a shad came up and tried to hide by the boat or whatever, getting chased, and one somewhere between 8 to 10 pounds came up and actually hit the side of the boat, and it like I don't know what it did to itself, but it's like stunned it. And it got on its side and like didn't know really what to do and just laid there, and then it just slowly swam off. and I told my co-angler, I said, "Well, we're staying here all day, so never moved."
I got you. So, want to talk about a little bit more. Do you think those fish were post spawn? I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Florida right now. There's fish on a bed. There's fish post spawn, pre spawn. Where do you think we're at? Like all three, or what's your opinions on it?
I mean, I think that where I was fishing the second day, I believe that the fish were both post and pre spawn. I believe that I had the fish that were moving up to spawn and the fish that were moving out. I did catch a lot of the fish I weighed in were fat, and I did catch a couple fish that were like thinner than paper and beat up and just nasty looking. And it's just cool to see that because they're all just in this big cycle right now, just moving back and forth, getting ready to spawn, whether they did spawn and moving out or they're just sitting out there and moving up to feed. I mean, it was pretty crazy to see how many fish were just moving in and out throughout the day.
I got you.
Yeah.
Devin, what about you?
I agree with what he said. Like there's a handful of them that are still up on the bank. I mean, we always have a few late fish you find through, late March and April. But I feel like the fish I was catching, honestly, I think they're done. I think they've spawned and they've already got into, like I said, they're fat. They're eating. They're getting ready to go offshore and hang out. I mean, like it's toss up for anybody's guess because I mean, what was our weather? 70 degree water through December, and then you got into the high 40s, and now it's back to almost 80. Like you can say what you want to say.
It's supposed to get like super cold this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, which is just great. The first day of the pro circuit event for Major League Fishing kicks off on Sunday, and it's supposed to be like 50 degrees. It's like great.
Oh, they're gonna have a blast.
They're gonna have a lot of good times. So it's gonna hit them. I don't know how many times since November. How many times have the fish been hitting the head on Harris? Like at least a dozen times, where it's like 80 one day and 30 the next.
Yeah, so, like I said, that's where you get like. I mean, who's to say those fish I weren't catching, they were only in 5 foot of water. Like I said, it might get cold this weekend. Something might trigger them to go spawn again. I mean, like I said, who really knows? We all have theories, but who knows?
Devin, I'm really inspired to hear your story. You talk about winning the tournament. Yeah, it was a tie, but you still walked away as a champion of the event. You blew your motor. I'm sure there was a lot of factors going into your head, and you were able to overcome that, calm down, and just stay cool, calm, and collected and put together the win. So, I mean, I think that's something that a lot of anglers, especially up-and-coming anglers, need to listen to, that sometimes you don't need to get wrapped up in all the just everything that goes through our heads. I don't want to say the drama and the heartaches, but, I mean, that's part of it too. You just went fishing. I mean, I think there's something to be said for that for the anglers that go out and just go fishing and put their head down. So, really cool. So, final thoughts before we let you guys go. There's a lot of great season left this year with the BFL Gator division. We're going to Lake Okeechobee next in April. Devin, we'll start with you. What's just your goals throughout the rest of the year? I mean, you've already locked in the regional now. So
I actually haven't because I didn't fish Toho.
Oh, so you didn't fish Toho.
You had to pay for all 5. So I mean, honestly, like you said, I didn't plan to go out and win. I mean, I had something going on that weekend, and Toho was fishing terrible anyway. So I was like, it is what it is. Because, I mean, I was honestly more focused on the Toyotas. And then after this weekend, I mean, I moved up to like 62nd in points, and I'm missing a tournament. So like you said, ultimate goal is I feel like I could go to Okeechobee and catch 15 pounds, and then I'll be right there at the regional line for the 2-day. And that'd be cool just to make it with 4 tournaments. And that's the goal now.
Oh, it's absolutely doable. So good luck to you. Joey, how about yourself?
Like pretty much what he said. I was focused on the Toyota series, and came into the BFL sort of just like I'm just gonna hop in them and fish, and didn't really expect to win one, or do as good as I have been. And I jumped from real low in points to now being pretty good in points. So I just want to keep the ball rolling and see how good and how much better this season can bring forth to me.
Okay. So, well, guys, it's been great talking to you both. I follow both of you on social media. You guys are just absolute hammers in the state of Florida, especially you, Devin. You really have come a long way, and you got a long, great career with BFLs, fishing Toyotas, and all that. Before I let you go, I know you both have a lot of great support that you want to thank. So, Devin, we'll start with you. Anybody that supports your fishing career and helps you stay out there on the water, we just want to give you the opportunity to thank them.
Yeah, Todd Kuhn. He's Tri-County Landscapes. I mean, dude, like I said, anything I need, he's right there for it. He's all about it. He just wants to see me do good. And then, my family, friends, my girlfriend, and dude, Ryan, RNF Marine. I posted the other day. It wasn't even 5 minutes. I posted that I blew my lower unit. Ryan called me. Hey, dude, I got a lower unit. We'll get the ball rolling, get the boat here this week. He's like, I'll make room for you. We'll get you back on the water. Huge shout out to Ryan. That's awesome. I actually dropped the boat off today. So, I mean, the list is, endless, but like everybody, I mean, it's awesome. You can. It's who we do it for. I mean, at the end of the day, it's no fun by yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Devin. Joey, let's talk about you real quick before I let you thank anybody. You know, man, you had a really, really successful high school career. You're still up and coming in your career. And then as soon as you get done with high school, you just jump right into the Toyota series. I know you tried to get into the Opens, the BFLs. It almost seemed kind of like you were out of your element, but the way you've handled it, you've come on strong. You've put the time in. You're working really, really hard. But I know you got a lot of people that you've put together that is supporting you and helping you. So just want to give you the opportunity to thank them.
Absolutely, man. You know, first of all, I'd like to thank my family and friends. Without them, I really wouldn't have a whole lot in my life. So I a huge shout out to them. Obviously, my sponsors, Revital Outdoors, you know, they've done really a lot for me. Theron's done a lot for me. Kyle's done a lot for me. They've all been there as a family for me and just really been a good mentor in my life so far. And, you know, Lawrence, 13 Fishing, Bill Lewis, Reed's Gun Shop, they've all been just super huge help to me becoming what I want to become in this fishing industry, and I can't be more thankful for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, we all, you know, Joey, Devin, both of you, like I said, I follow you guys. It's not easy to do this thing, especially in the state of Florida. There's absolute hammers down here. And on top of that, you know, I'm not going to sit here and pat the back of the Gator guys. All the BFL anglers out there are respectable. They work hard. They're, in my opinion, they're the hammers on all the lakes. But you got to think about it. We start so early in the year, and there's a lot of snowbirds that are still down here with their boats wanting to get that warm weather, and it just brings in more of the mix of the competition that we have to deal with throughout the year.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, so definitely, you know, great to see you guys and be successful.
Devin, man, congrats, bro.
Congrats to you too, man.
That's awesome, man. I mean, I can't believe we tied, but yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. You did awesome, man, and I just wanted to congratulate you before we end it all.
Yeah, congratulations to you too, buddy. Like I said, I mean, it is pretty crazy. Like I said, there's 230 boats or whatever, 210 boats. What's the chances of 5 fish
we both have 22.7.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
That's crazy. Is that what the final weight was? Was 22.7?
Yeah, I had 22.11, but I had a dead 4-pounder. Swallowed my hook and it ended up dying, and it brought me down to 22.7. So,
Joey,
listen. When you throw a Carolina rig all day, sometimes you can't feel the bite. I mean, or maybe I let him eat it too long. It's probably the second option, but.
Yeah, well, don't let your fish die. That's all I can say. Yeah, but hey, it worked out well. So congratulations to you both. I'm looking forward to following both of your career throughout the rest of the 2022 season. Hope to have you guys back on the podcast. That obviously means that you're having a lot of great success. So again, everybody, we've been talking to Mr. Devin Van Dalen and Joey Bloom. They tied this past weekend at the third stop of the BFL Gator Division Tournament on Harris Chain. So congratulations to you guys again. Look forward to following your career. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, again, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check us out on our social media platforms. Again, be safe out there. God bless. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon.